Plus movement, P plus movement, P plus movement, P plus movement, P plus movement.
Yes, sir, people. We have another really good discussion today. I'm so happy. I'm so glad to introduce you another great person. Like usual, we always have human discussion. It's going to be another one today, an international discussion. I'm so happy with that. For people that does know me, I have a challenge. I gave me that challenge like a year and a half ago to have at least one discussion with one person of each country in the world. I have six countries right now, and now we're gonna talk with somebody from Greece. I can say that's kind of a friend of me because we used to talk a lot. And finally, I have him, Apostolos. How are you?
I'm good. And first of all, thank you very much for the invitation. For people that they don't know, we were planning to do that like for ages. I mean, it's like been a year, I think, now
Yeah,
that we have actually planned that. And
yeah,
I think that's the first lesson, because we're gonna have like a nice talk and with positive, trying to be positive about things. And I think, you insisted on, doing that. And in the end, we did that. And that's the most important thing, insist. If you have a goal, even if it's a simple thing, insist. And in the end, you're gonna do it. And I'm really, really happy because you're doing something really amazing. And I'm really proud to be part of it. And especially because I'm like the seventh guest now, if I heard correctly. So,
yeah.
hopefully, like in next year, you're gonna reach like 50 guests. So,
Why
and
not?
I'm here to help you if you want. Just doing that live now, like promising you. If you need any help finding people from other countries, just let me know. So,
Yeah, I will. I will for sure because I need help. It's not that easy to find people all around the world. So yeah, obviously. So thank you. So at the beginning, as I always said, everybody for me is like a unique book that deserves to be known, that deserves to be immortalized. So if your life was a book, what would be the title and why?
hmm, that was a good question, and I was trying to think. When you
Yeah,
told me, my first question is gonna be that, and I don't know. I always like to help people. From a very young age, I would like to help people. Volunteer, of course. I mean, volunteer work and stuff like that. I don't know if I have actually done a good work about that, but I'm trying. I'm trying to be there for people. I'm trying to be nice to people. I'm trying to help
nice.
people, and I think it's really important. And I like the way that you are actually saying, about being positive. You have like
Yeah,
this positive movement, and it's really nice. And I asked you, I think, when we first met, what we were planning to do with it.
yeah.
And so if I want to put a title, it will be like someone that's actually like to help others without expecting something back. And I think that's really important because we live in an era that people, expect things back. When you help them, they expect something back from you. And I don't think it's really nice, that thing, to expect things back. You do it because you like to do it.
Yeah,
You like to help people. If you like to do it, do it.
so right. It's so true. Like I mean, we need to do what we want to do and what we think that we're there for doing it. Yeah, that's good. And for people that doesn't know you, can you briefly introduce yourself, please?
Sure, sure. First of all, my name is Apostolos, as you can probably see here. I'm a community marketer networker, which means that I'm trying to build communities around product or ideas. Or if you have like an idea and you want to reach your first customer or you want to know how to engage with them, that's where I came in and I'm trying to help you, build this community. Because I believe, everything you need to build a community, even if it's a small one, you need to build a community around what you are offering,
Yeah,
even if it's like if you have like a cafe place, how do you do engage with your customers? It's not only you get a coffee and they go away. It's the smile, it's how you communicate with them, the language that you are using. Everything is part of this community building. Okay, what else? I have like three postgraduate degrees, which is something that I don't really like to say, but because you are asking me now, I'm saying them. I believe degrees are useful, but more useful is actually practical things, trying to apply what you learn. Because if you don't apply what you learn, having like three master degrees is nothing. It's not so important. It's just
so
knowledge.
true. Yeah,
What else about me? I'm event organizer as well. I organize events from like beauty contests to technology events for NASA.
Nice.
And yeah, it's quite nice because it's part of the volunteer thing, offering back to the community that I'm
Yeah.
leading. And I'm also hosting my own talk show, which sometimes, you have to be my guest in the near
Yeah.
future
I would love it.
and talk about Canada, and what people can actually do there, or about why do you start your channel. So you have an open invitation.
Yeah.
I haven't done a
I will
lot
come for
lately.
sure. I will come for sure.
Perfect. I haven't done a lot of live streaming lately, so this is my first this year. So I'm a bit like nervous because I haven't done it like for months now, and because my connection was really, really bad, so I was trying to fix my internet connection for ages.
Oh
So
yeah.
hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing's gonna go wrong right now.
Yeah, yeah, it's all gonna be good. I'm pretty sure we gonna be positive about it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, thank you about that description of you. Let's talk about your background your background, your story a little bit. Tell me about your evolution from childhood to today.
Okay. Uh, First of all, I have to say, and I think it's really important to mention that because I never mention my parents in social media. So this is like the first time I mention them. But, my family helped me a lot in actually, study abroad because I left Greece to study in England. So I couldn't do that if I didn't have the backup of my family. So, it's the first time that I'm actually mentioning that on air.
Okay, wow,
So if you see
I
me,
feel
mom, and
special.
dad, thank you very much for everything. So this was like something very important for me, and I left at a very young age to go abroad, which was like a really good lesson for me because I was like a child, like an only child that had like everything, and living alone in a country, a really different country because England is
Wow.
totally different from Greece. Was a very important lesson for me, but it was also really nice because it helped me, not to discriminate against people, because I came in contact with different cultures, different people from over the world, which in Greece, in my city, which is called Volos, I didn't have that chance before to do it. So this was like the most valuable lesson that I got from living abroad, by, accept other people's culture, accept other people's differences,
Yeah.
and which has helped me a lot in my life, I believe. That's why I'm a bit more open-minded in things than other people maybe in my country.
Wow, that's a good lesson actually. And what obstacles have you faced in your life, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, I think I will talk about the last obstacle basically.
Hmm.
So the last obstacle was the COVID period, but I think a lot of people actually had issues
Oh
because of the
yeah.
lockdowns everywhere. So this was like a different story for me because I missed like a lot of people from my network, my connections, my friends. They
Yeah.
grow up in these 3 or 4 years. Some of them left the city. Some of them got married. Everything changed. Like so, it was not only the lockdown period. It was like people changing, growing up. So this was real tough for me, and I'm still trying to recover from it. In terms of business wise, friendly connections. So I'm working on it. I'm not there yet, but I'm trying to be, positive and happy about
Yeah,
life,
you
and
have
saying,
to.
things happen. Everything is a cycle, and you have a new cycle around, and a new
Mhm.
one, and a new one, and a new one. So just accept it, and everything's gonna be all right. So this was my biggest obstacle, the thing that the COVID period and how much things change. A lot of things change.
Yeah, and when you're saying a lot of thing changes, do you have an example of it?
Yes, personally, my income, decreased a lot. So, financially, I lost a lot of customers because,
Yeah,
the lockdown,
obviously.
etc. And because, for example, I'm not sure how many people actually know about that, but Greece in the last 10, 12 years had faced like an economic crisis.
Okay.
So we were starting to recover when COVID hit us. So, after the economy started to recover, COVID came. So, it was a very difficult period for everybody in Greece. So it affected me as well.
Yeah, of course.
Uh, but I also become a bit stronger because,
Okay.
I talk with a lot of people, I connect with a lot of people from using social media, such as live
That's
streaming.
nice.
And I learn about like wonderful people that I didn't know that they exist around me because
Yeah.
everybody was trying to connect with people from all around the world using the internet. So that
Yeah.
was a really good period for me. And that's how I actually overcame a lot of things. I met like wonderful people. I also hope we connect more in the near future. So you're part of my network as well
Yeah,
because
I will.
I love your energy, and I know that you're also I mean, I'm sure that you're probably having a lot of issues with your life, problems, but you overcome it because you're positive, and you're trying to be positive, and that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, we
So
need to.
I always like to have people like yourself, for example, around me, or talk to them, or
Wow.
follow them, or see their videos. Maybe I'm not seeing like the full 30 minutes of a video, but I'm always trying to like and and
Yeah,
follow
yeah,
you
yeah.
around. So
No, no, that's awesome, and it's funny because you're telling that you during COVID and all these stuff, the problem we had, you connect with a lot of people, and actually, I was doing a video about that like 3 days ago. I was saying that even with a big major and negative situation as the COVID, people were connected more than ever. Well, I met so many people, so great many people during that time. So yeah, I all agree with you. It's when humanity is confronted to negative like big problem. I think they come out together, the good people, and then they know each other, and they anyway, you know what I mean. That's a
yeah,
good thing
yeah,
actually.
and I think it's about connections because we're living in a
Yeah,
world where it's very difficult.
it is.
There are so many people out there trying to inspire us, and they don't
Yeah,
try to connect with us. And I think that's a major problem. We have like so much content, out there, but nobody's taking time to actually connect. Like even
yeah.
right now, you're taking time, I'm taking time, we connect, we share some messages around. That's what people are missing. They are
I
not missing,
know.
just inspiration, and a quote from someone. Okay, that was good like 20 years ago. Right now, it's not. People want to connect with others. And I
It's
think that's
true.
important.
It's so true, and it's so important to just talk with each other. I always say that. I was young. I was 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. I was saying that we can learn from everybody from anywhere in the world, and just by talking with them, actually, what we're doing right now. So yeah, I'm so glad. Thank you. Next question: What inspire you from yourself?
But I'm adapting to whatever is happening. Even if I feel down sometimes because or I
Yeah.
feel depressed, but something is not happening, uh, I adapt and I move on, and I'm trying to actually doing that.
Wow,
If even if it fails, I'm trying to do it. Okay, if it failed, it fails. I'm gonna learn something from it. And
that's awesome.
as long as I don't hurt other people, from the actions that I'm doing, why I'm not, I will do it. In the end, I will do it. I will finally manage to do something. Even if that the result is not ideal. I think that's why we're here. To actually do things, not just plan things.
Yeah, no, it's all good. And we have to do things. Like, I mean, we are all afraid of doing some kind of things as we're not used to do it. But I think that the best thing is to just overcome that. And
Mm,
there's so beautiful things that coming through the fact that we're doing something we don't want, or we think we want to, but we are not like kind of ready to do it. So yeah, I agree with
yeah,
you. And being positive, of course.
of course.
Um,
Be
of course,
always being positive, people. But
always.
be careful. Be careful because there is like this word. I don't know if you heard about it. The word toxic positivity. I don't
Yeah,
know if you heard
exactly.
the
Yeah,
term.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
be careful. Be positive, but
Yeah,
have a limit in how positive you
I
are.
call that realistic positive,
Oh,
realism positive.
real.
Like, I mean, if somebody died tomorrow that you love, I cannot tell you be positive right now. You're gonna have to listen to your emotion, feel them, let them going through you, the negative and all this stuff, crying, being sad, being frustrated. But after that, what can you do positive with this situation? So yeah,
Yeah,
I call that realistic positive.
that's nice. That's nice. I will use that.
um, so where are you in your development today? What are you up to in your journey?
What am I journeying? Right now, I'm trying to actually be a positive influence for my community and create things for my community because what happened in my city like few months ago, we had like a major flood, so
Okay.
everything was flooded and a lot of people, had like their houses destroyed and everything.
Oh
We have
wow. Yeah,
recovered
yeah.
right now, but a lot of things, are not the same anymore. For example, I live in a city like with 200,000 people, and we don't even have a cinema because the cinema was destroyed because of a flood. I mean, it's
Oh
a small
wow.
thing, but who cares about the cinema? But it's small things. We don't have like trains right now because the railway was destroyed. So for
Oh
a
yeah.
for a city that is not so big but it's not so small, having like no trains, no cinemas and stuff like that, it's important. So
Yeah,
I'm
where
trying to actually make things for people like events, make them feel better, or to say to them, doesn't matter, we're here, let's try, let's be positive, let's create things for others, let's try to bring back tourism and stuff like that. So I'm trying to be positive influence for my
wow.
community.
You have a good heart for sure. That's for sure. And where do you live? Which city?
It's called Volos. It's like in the middle of Greece. In
Okay.
Greece, we have like two major cities like Athens and Thessaloniki. Thessaloniki is like up here, and Athens is like here. My city is in the middle.
What's in the middle?
It's not a very good map, but and it has like Saint Mountain, so it's really good for holidays as well. So if you ever plan to come to Greece, you have an open invitation because you can combine mountain and sea, so you don't have to only come during summer, which is like a myth about Greece. So if I have time, I'm going to say, you don't have to visit Greece during summer. Greece is amazing all year round. And you will find better deals if you come like maybe in September or maybe during
Yeah,
May than coming on during July.
I would love to. It's one of my dreams going to Greece anyway. So one day I may come and come to see you.
Sure, sure, sure. Come visit. It's perfect. You'll probably love it. You have a son, right?
Yeah, I have one.
Your son will probably love it because it's near the sea, so he can actually go around. The weather is nice. He will probably enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, actually, I wanna go on trip for sure all around the world for me, but even more for my son to see the stars in his eyes when he's gonna see the world. How
Yeah.
big is it, and how it's different from here where we live already.
And
uh,
probably I'm gonna do some shameless promotion for you right now. I don't know if it's proper or not, but if
yeah,
people are actually hearing this channel, and you want to sponsor him, you can actually do that. He's making like interviews with people from around the world. How amazing it will be to actually come in different places and and meet the people that he has actually interviewed, like come in Greece, come in other places. I don't know, in India. I think you have done one
yeah,
in India.
India,
Yeah, and
Indonesia
go
as
around
well.
the world, and find the people that you actually talk to them
Yeah,
after like 1 year or 2 years, and follow this. I think it's
I,
gonna be amazing,
I plan
amazing
to do
follow up.
it.
Yeah, if
So
you can.
it's how can I say that? It's we're gonna do it one day. I'm pretty sure. I hope so. And talking about Greece, what is the biggest political concern in your country right now?
Uh, Political percent. I think because of I mentioned the economic crisis and stuff like that. Right
Yeah,
now, a lot of things are quite expensive, like basic food, like milk, and I don't know things that people actually want to buy in order to live. They are quite expensive right now, and there is a lot of talk about that. And there is also a lot of talk about justice in general, that people
okay.
believe that they don't get enough, the justice is not doing their job properly. And because
Wow.
we had like some certain accidents, like with trains and stuff like that in the past. So right now in Greece, there's like a movement to actually make people, go to the justice, like people from the parliament.
Yeah,
Uh, because just an apology is not enough for some people because we lost a lot of people, in a big train accident. So last year for Greece, it was not ideal, to be honest. We had like major fires, we had major floods,
yeah,
and we have like train accidents. So it was really bad year for us. But we're recovering because that's what Greeks are, we're getting back to it
yeah.
and
That
recovering.
makes you what you are right now, actually. But it's kind of weird because I heard about the fires, all this stuff, but not a lot. And I feel that it's kind of bad that we don't hear from it in here in Canada because it's international news and we should know what's going on everywhere. That's why I'm trying to doing that discussion right now and like
Yeah.
knowing what people lives and that's why I wanted to go on trip as well because I want to. I wasn't. I want to learn from people from all around the world and their culture and how they live and the problem they have and how we can solve them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think right now, I think everybody in the world is being affected now because
Yeah,
of the weather and how you can't actually predict the weather anymore. Maybe you expect like snow and it's actually very sunny outside, You never know, especially in Greece right now. You never know. We had like during June last year for like the first 2 weeks, it was like cold during June, which was really strange for us. And then the weather, went up like 20 degrees up, like from 1 week to another. It was like totally strange because you didn't even know what to wear. It was cold and then it was sunny, and it was like
Yeah.
too hot. It was like, what's happening? And
Yeah, we
this
have
is
the same
happening
kind of problem
everywhere.
here.
Yeah, I mean, in Canada, for example, if you ask a Greek what he thinks about Canada, he will tell you, it's snowing all the time. But I don't believe it's the same. It's not. I don't believe it's true,
No,
right?
no, it's not. It's not. It's not all the time,
Exactly.
actually.
Exactly.
What is education for you? How important is it?
Education. I think it gives you like a good, steady background to
Hmm.
do things. But as I mentioned in the beginning, I think you need to be more practical. I mean, it's good to actually. I know a lot of people, like for example, in my country,
Yeah.
everybody was trying to study, getting a degree, and then getting a master degree. And a lot of times people have like 3 master degrees like me, and
Okay.
but it's not ideal. Ideal is to actually work more, engage with people, learn from experience, as they say, because okay, you get the knowledge, but what are you doing with the knowledge?
Exactly. So
If you
true.
don't use it, just to have like theories in your mind doesn't work. It's the same like with entrepreneurship, when you want to be an entrepreneur or a businessman, uh, you have like a lot of ideas, but it's just ideas. You need to sit down, and trying
Yeah.
to make them happen.
You have to make action.
Exactly. It's all
Yeah.
about action.
Yeah, it's so true because education is a good thing. I'm at the university right now. It's all good. You learn something, but if you do nothing with it, it's like you learn it for nothing. That's what I think. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. How does your educational system works? What would you differently?
Okay. Usually we attend school until 18 years old.
Okay,
It's not mandatory. It's mandatory until like 15 years old, unless
okay,
something changed and I don't know because I haven't been in school lately.
okay.
And then usually most of people actually attend the university, or they give like exams to attend different universities. So based on your grades, you enter certain universities.
Okay.
So, but even
In
if you
all
don't enter the,
Greece, in all
yes,
the country.
yeah, we have like different universities all over Greece.
Okay.
For example, I have a university which is really good in my city. It was called University of Thessaly, for example. And you can become an architect or you can become whatever you want. But it's all based on your grades. If you fail to attend, there are like other options, like which is similar to universities, but you get a degree, but it's not like a university degree. It's a bit
Okay.
less than a university degree, but it's still a degree,
Okay.
a diploma, just to
A
help people.
diploma, yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
think it's like CEGEP here, I may think. Anyways, yeah,
Yeah, and then you have the option to actually, as I said, to do like a master degree or postgraduate degree. A lot of people in my country are doing like postgraduate degree. They study or they're doing research for a lot of years, and they're trying to, to enter the university as a teachers, as a lecturer.
okay,
So that's how usually it works, educational system. We have a really big gap right now for more practical jobs. I mean, uh, and in order, the government now is trying to actually bring people from abroad to cover this gap because we don't have enough people, for example, working, becoming farmers, or
yeah,
so we have to bring people from other countries to help us with that. So there is like a big problem with our education system right now because everybody wants an office job and
yeah.
nobody wants to to make
Work
to dirty
hard.
their hands. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a major issue for our education system right now, and they're trying to change that, but it's not easy.
yeah. No, it's not easy at all. What would you do? What do you think is the solution for that?
I don't know because you need to change people's mind. I mean,
Yeah,
I was brought to have like an office job, and in
okay,
Greece in the past, like 10, 20 years ago, everybody was trying to become like a civil servant, and because it was like a steady job, and they didn't have to worry about anything. Uh, right now, this is changing again, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think the solution is actually to educate people from a very young age, and
yeah,
and tell them, you don't have to become a doctor. You can become like a farmer. You don't have to become a lawyer. You can become, I don't know, whatever. I mean, it's not like the job prestige is not the same anymore. Like because in the past, someone was like, "Oh, he's a doctor. Oh, amazing. Okay, he's a doctor. Okay, of course it's amazing, but there are other jobs out there. There is no shame in doing whatever you want. And I think this is you have to actually teach people from a very, very young age.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
so
bring more people to schools, talk about their jobs. But I'm not sure because right now everybody's sitting at home, having like a mobile and trying to earn
yeah, yeah.
money with a mobile.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't know how it works in your country, but for me, what I always say in Quebec, we need more philosophical course. I think it's the base of everything, like thinking about life, thinking about the system. And I'm studying philosophy in university, and they're talking about doing it for kids really younger, like because it helps you to think more by yourself and help the society to evolve. So I don't know what you think about that, but
Yeah, yeah. I think it's amazing. And there is also a talk about the grading system. I mean, do you actually need a grading system at a very young age?
yeah,
Because on one hand, you encourage people to be competitive and work more, work harder. But on
yeah,
the other hand, why do you do that? I mean, why
yeah.
do you make
Why?
people be like more competitive? From a very young age.
Yeah,
Children need to be children in the end of the day.
not so true. What value do you have within you that is important in your country?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
What values do you have within you that is important in your country as well?
Values. I mean, you mean in general in my country, what kind of values do we have? Like,
Yeah,
okay, uh, I don't know. I think it's the same. Like in every country, I think we value like dignity. We value, uh, honesty. But it depends on the people. I believe. I mean, Greece is like part of the world right now. It's not like a small country, isolated. So
yeah,
being part of the world, everybody wants the same thing. So they don't care about values anymore, which is really it's a pity because everybody wants to get more
wow.
money fast, and they don't care how to get it. And this is not good.
Individuality.
Yeah. And for example, they
Yeah,
don't care about the environment, which is really bad. And people, need to care about the environment, need to care about people around them. I was talking
yeah,
to a friend the other day and I was talking to him, but why you are not so interested, about what is happening in our city? And he told me, look, Apostolos, of course, it's nice, to know what is happening, but I don't really care because I only want the best for my family. I want to get more money for my family, and I don't
yeah,
really
yeah,
care what is happening around me. Uh, on one hand, I understand what he was trying to say, but on the other hand, you need, you know, to see what's happening around you and trying to take action. Not only want to earn more money for your family. Okay, I understand that, I respect that, but there is also people around you. What is
exactly.
happening around you because
We
it's
are
gonna
all
affect you.
connected.
Yeah, if the environment is gonna change a lot more in the near future. So if there is like the air is not clean, you know, it was your fault because you didn't actually protest or you didn't actually raise your voice against things. So you have to care about it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
So
so.
I'm not sure if I answer your question or
Yeah, you
not.
did. Yeah, you did. Thank you. Yeah, it's all good. Um, what makes you most proud about your country?
I mean, we have a very long history. So everybody's saying, Greece has a long history, but I think uh, we also have a lot of issues and how we actually react to them. It's what you mentioned before. People, coming together after a major disaster or after like an economic crisis. People are
Yeah,
coming together, and I think what I'm proud of is like not only our history, but how we actually involve, and how we actually trying to work out our problems,
yeah,
and we have an economic crisis. Okay, what is really bad for a lot of people. So, but we never give up. I think that's what the Greeks are. They never give up. They're trying to find
wow.
solutions to their problems, and they try to move forward. It's not easy because things are changing all over, and but I think that's what I'm proud of, and I'm really proud of a lot of things, to be honest, about Greece. It's such a beautiful country sometimes, and we forget about it. It's
Yeah,
not it's not only tourist country, have a long history. So
oh
we
yeah,
have to respect that history. And a lot of people don't actually respect that history, what we have. So
That's awesome that you're proud of your country, because actually I'm not that proud of mine. So
okay.
I kind of feel jealous.
I think everyone around the world now, they are not very proud about their countries, even
Yeah,
because everybody's having some issues, because political events happening all around the world. You never know what's going to happen. Wars are happening, so I
exactly. And
don't think
it's
people
so
are very happy.
yeah, yeah, so true. And I have to ask that question. It wasn't in
Mhm.
the question, but I have a passion for philosophy. How is the philosophy in Greece? Because everything that I learned is from there.
Of course, I wanted to mention that Greece and philosophy. It's
Yeah,
like it's the base of philosophy. So
yeah,
if you study philosophy, you will have to study more about Greece. Learn about people. The Greek philosophers in the past. And I think there is so much knowledge from the Greek philosophers in the past
oh
that
yeah,
if
oh
we
yeah,
use them right now, minds are gonna open a lot. And so if you want to get inspiration, trying to find more, things about Greek philosophers, and you will be amazed about things that they actually said. You
oh
know,
yeah,
and how many people have actually copied things from them, and apply them to their own philosophy right now. So it's really good that you're actually studying philosophy. I
yeah.
think it's gonna make you a much better person. I believe that.
That's what I think too. And actually, I think after my university, my goal is going to be to go to Greece for that philosophy and to see you at the same time.
Of course, I will be real. And we're gonna make a live streaming show saying, no, here he is. He's in Greece right now.
Yeah, exactly. Um, Looking towards the future now, what is your main goal currently, and what do you do to achieve it?
Hmm. Okay, my main goal is actually, as I said, do things about
Yeah,
my community, and this is not only because of volunteer thing that I always want to do, but it's also about my job related. I want to do like more things. I want to
yeah,
work for my local government, for example, if it's possible. I'm trying to do that, so I'm trying to build more connections because that's what I do. I'm building connections with people around the world, and
wow.
so that's my
We
goal.
need to
And
talk to you after that.
really. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And I'm actually in a very strange road right now because, I'm waiting for answers. And, when you wait for answers and they don't come, you might feel like a bit, disappointed. And I was talking like to some people yesterday. I was saying, I'm very disappointed, but, I want to do things for my area, from my city, from my country. And I
Yeah.
can't because, people actually prefer others, which might not
Okay.
be because of other, connections that they have. So I was kind of disappointed, but I never give up, as I mentioned. So, I will try to do my own things. And if people notice and they want to be, if you want to help me or want to hire me or want to, I don't know, create things with me, I'm available. So my goal is to do a lot of more things right now because I'm not doing a lot of events right now. And I love events. I love connecting with people. I love to see like their energy, share ideas, feedback. It's like small philosophy cycles for me.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that, because you know what you're doing right now, one man with a good heart can do anything, and that's what you're trying to do right now. So yeah, good job.
Yeah. So even
Continue.
even after this live, I'm gonna post an event. So that's to let you know what I'm doing right now because you asked. So we're doing things like for technology lovers, and because in a small city you don't have a lot of chances to actually hear good speakers. So I'm trying to bring like good speakers to talk about different kind of things like artificial
Yeah,
intelligence and things like that. So that's what I'm gonna do straight after this live.
that's
I'm
it.
gonna
That's it. That's awesome. It's awesome. Uh, how do you motivate yourself to continue, like to believe in all what you're doing?
uh, sometimes it's not easy. It's hard. So
It is.
what I'm trying to do a lot of times, like my small tip to people is like, go out from your house. If you feel depressed, and just go out, just go for a walk. Ask a
Yeah.
friend, ask a relative. I don't know, ask your girlfriend if you have, whatever, and go out for a walk. Not don't stay in. Just go out, walk for 1 hour, see the city, see around the city. Talk with them. Even if you can't find anyone, just go out. Walk walk for an hour, and then when you come home, you will see that you will feel a little bit better and a little bit more
Yeah.
inspired. And you never know, you might meet someone, while you're walking, and you have like a talk. A lot of times when I go out from the house, I tend to meet someone that I might know, and he reminds me of something, and something good maybe, even something bad doesn't matter. So I get inspiration from just going out from my house, and walk
Wow.
around. Uh, and if I want to relax, to be honest, I just stay in during the night. I put in like some old like sitcom, like maybe Friends, and just watch it, to relax my mind.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times I get inspiration from TV series. I love TV series and watching, because a lot of times, you can see trends, marketing trends from it. You can see how people talk in different countries, what people think. Even if it's not the ideal situation, you can actually see about what's happening, like in Mexico, uh, or what's happening in Brazil, or what's happening in
Yeah.
Spain. So you can even get motivation from TV series.
So
so,
true.
so you can walk around or watch TV. Whatever you want, you can find inspiration from it.
Yeah, so true. But I think there's nothing better than having a discussion with somebody, even if
Yeah.
you don't know the person. Just say hi and starting to talk to them, and yeah, I think
And ask.
we learn from each other all the time.
Yes, and ask questions. I tell to people,
Exactly.
even if you don't know Joe, if you don't know Apostolos, send
Yeah.
him a message. Say to him, I watched the show and I
Yeah.
love what you are doing. Do you have any ideas of how can actually do something like that? Maybe, I don't know. Ask people questions.
Yeah.
If they're gonna ask, you don't have anything to lose. That's what
Yeah.
I keep saying to people. Ask people. You will be amazed how many questions I get. And I answer things. I even give advice for personal relationships. To be honest, if
And
because you never know, it might help someone. If I
yeah,
have time, I'm gonna answer. And a lot of
exactly.
people are like me. And
And that's what I did. Huh? I just approached you. I asked you if you want to go
true.
to a podcast with me in our in international discussion, and you said yes. And then today it's a really good. I'm enjoying the discussion with you right now, my friend.
Yeah, I'm a bit
Um,
nervous, but I'm getting there.
sorry.
I'm a bit nervous, but I'm getting there.
No, no, no. You're all good. You're all good, my friend. Don't worry about it. And actually, that's the next question.
Oh.
Why did you agree to participate in that discussion when I asked you?
It's gonna be I'm gonna be part of the history. You're gonna be the first person who's gonna do a live streaming with, like, I don't know how many countries. What is the record? It must be like a record somewhere. You need to actually try to find it, like a
What do
world
you,
record for live streaming, like with people from different countries.
I don't know, huh, if somebody already did that,
I'm
but
not sure.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, search for it. I'm sure it might be like a new record. So you might be in world records. But the first person that has actually interviewed like one person from a different country. I haven't seen anyone doing it.
It's so
So I
true,
don't
huh?
know.
I didn't think about it, but you're right. I may think there's nobody that did that.
So I
So
might
yeah, I
be
will need
famous.
help. I will need help.
So I'm gonna be famous in the future. That's why I did it. No, I'm kidding. I actually love your answer about being positive, and I love it how you actually wanted to invest time, learning more about me. You we never met before, so you
No,
found me, you approached me, you wanted to talk about me, so it was an honor for me to be part of the show. And as I said, it doesn't matter if one person watch or like 1,000 people watch. It doesn't matter. The thing is that you actually did it. And you never know. One person maybe from Greece is gonna find out about you. Might he wants to learn more about you. You might have like, I don't know, maybe a job together in the future, or build like a relationship or a friendship. You never know
you
who's
will
gonna
never
see this
know.
video.
We're at one person to have somebody special that can happen. So,
Yeah,
and anyways, just a discussion right now for me is special. So I'm so glad.
I mean, I
um,
actually love your talk. The other people that have actually seen in the past that they're part of your show. There are so many special people around. I was really amazed. How do you actually find them? Sorry, I'm asking the questions now. How
yeah,
did you find
you
them?
know what? It's funny because you're not the first one who asked me that. And actually, I just asked. That's what I did. I just asked, and I was polite, and I was authentic. I don't know. I was me. I just asked.
Yeah, but how did you find, for example, how did you find me, or how did you find your previous guest? I mean, did you have like some close, some? close connection with
I
someone?
went
Or
I went on Instagram and I put like a Greece hashtag and I found people and
all
I
right.
was trying to find people that were looking human like me and positive and then I find you.
Oh man, that's good. That's really
So
nice.
yeah,
That's
that's
really
it.
nice.
Um, okay. If it's at the end of your life, actually, what do you want to give to people? What do you want people to remember you as a human being?
Hmm. Um, I want people to actually have a good memories with me. I don't know, even if it's like from a talk like this one, and they don't know me. Maybe they have seen like one of my talk shows that I'm doing, as well. And they have actually inspired them or helped them, or maybe they met like a speaker that actually is gonna help them in the future. That's important to actually associate me with a good memory. I mean, everybody wants to be remembered, for something good.
Exactly what I think
so,
too.
eh, so I think that's the most important thing. But of course, I always want to live forever. So I hope science progress a lot. So I'm gonna live forever. So I don't know what is
Yeah.
forever means, but
No, that's a good answer. And I think, you know what? I think we live forever through the people after us that love us. So just be kind, just be a good person, love people around you, and the people will make you live through them. That's what I think.
yep.
Final question, conclusion. Do you have a message of gratitude to a dear person who helps you progress in your life?
Yes, I think I already thanked them, in the beginning. I said about my parents,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
it's
don't
true.
usually do that. So again, I want to say a big thank you to my parents for supporting me. Even right now, even during COVID, that was really hard period for me.
Yeah,
They were actually there for me, and I don't have a family. I'm a single person, so having the support of your family and your relatives,
yeah,
I learned to appreciate my relatives a bit more after a certain age because when I was like on my 20s, I never appreciated things. I take things for granted, but people are gonna always be there for me, So I was doing like wild things and stuff, and I never appreciated them. But after you grow up a bit more, you start to appreciate people and relatives, especially if you don't have your own family. If you don't
yeah.
have I don't have a son like you, so I can't actually, connect with a kid. But
Yeah,
I
my
can
son
connect.
is my life for sure.
Exactly, exactly. I understand the feeling, but I don't have it. So but I learned to appreciate more about like my parents and my relatives, and that's why I want to say thank you. I hope we continue like to have like a good relationship in the future. But I want to say a real thank to them, and of course some of my friends. But are with me, from a very young age. I have like some friends that I know them from when I was born. I have like some photographs from them.
Wow, I don't
Yeah, I
have
have
that
some
chance.
photographs from
That's
them from my hospital because I was the younger one. So I had
that's
like some,
precious.
yeah. So I have like some
Wow.
photographs that I'm like a real baby, and they look at me like that, which is really strange to have like people from like a very young age. So you know, I want to say thank to all the people that are around.
Wow. Thanks to all these people that are making you yourself right now.
Exactly.
So thank you. That's the conclusion. So I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Finally, we did it. So thanks a lot
Yeah.
for your
Thank
time.
you. Thank you.
Time is
Thank you.
precious, and we have and it never comes back. So yeah, really thank you.
Yeah.
And I want to come to your podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna arrange that afterwards. And I want to say, people, like, share this video, make a comment, even if you don't like me, make a comment, but I don't understand what he's saying.
No,
Just,
people will like
provide some feedback because it support us. I know because I'm a
exactly.
host as well. So he's doing, he's having like 45 minutes from his time now devoted to me, and to bring some kind of knowledge, some kind of positivity to your life.
Yeah,
So just make comment, or a like to his
or
video.
share.
So, or share, yeah, or share, of course.
Wow,
Share is ideal.
you're doing my job right now. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you to
Thank you.
everybody that listened to it, and I'll tell you have a good day.
Have a good night because it's night over
Yeah, it's
here.
time for you. Sorry.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.